we have to talk about what is going on with pDAI right now, what's going on with PWBTC on Pulse Chain, and a lot more. So this obviously, has been we've been at this for basically since the launch of Pulse Chain. I mean, over a year now, we've been hearing about pDAI. B Roots was, I think, for many people, the first kind of person to be looking into this, talking about it, looking into the Atropa ecosystem and all that stuff. But we're seeing like increasing evidence now where a lot of people are getting in on this thing and think that there's a lot more going on than meets the eye, and believe that somebody is in the background that is making a lot of these moves right now. But it is exploding, and it's turned a lot of people who were total non-believers into believers, people that have thought that, refer to it as a meme coin and stuff like that, into believers of seeing what may be going on and why some of the moves being made with pDAI are actually the reason that this ecosystem could pump harder than they ever imagined, and that's where I'm getting a little bit, we'll get into this, but that's where I'm getting a little bit confused with some of the people that are still calling it like a meme coin and stuff like that, if they're not really looking into what's going on. Where even I saw Eric Wall the other day talking about it. I don't know if it was a troll or not, but he even talked about buying a bag of it. I want to defer before we get into like some of the nitty gritty with some of it, Ewok. You were somebody, and you're not, I'd say you were the majority actually, but you were somebody who was kind of poo-pooing it early on. You had a tweet actually at one point saying like, for everybody who thinks that Richard would do this, why would he do it this way? He would never do that this way, and things like that. I kind of always just towed the line. It was like, whatever. I mean, I'll watch this thing go. I don't know. And I did buy a small bag at the beginning and then DC'd a little bit more later. But I'm interested more so like in your course of like where you've come with it though, because you went from feeling that to looking into it even more and being convinced of what may be going on here. And now, of course, we have even more great content from a guy like Decentralize Me on Twitter and on YouTube. I was binging some of his stuff today, but just talk about like your journey with it and where you kind of feel about the whole thing right now.
Well, it was it was definitely a lot of time, a lot of information, and things that you find along the way, all the rabbit holes you can go down. I didn't realize that the maker contract was forked and taken over. Again, now I'm going to preface this by saying we still don't know that it's Richard. Richard has not come out and said it's him at all. There is somebody in the backgrounds that is messing with the maker contract. In fact, there's a proposal right now. I think you can go to pulsemaker.win, right?
I can check while you talk, but yes, there is a proposal going right now. Yep.
Yeah.
10 more days.
I'm actually going to pull it up just because the Pulsemaker voting portal. So this is to add core Pulse Chain coins as vault collateral to this contract. And currently there is no votes that oppose it.
Right.
Not one.
It's like a couple thousand for,
100%, but there's 9 days remaining. So, all right. So anyway, there's that. There's, that's kind of how my journey started was, there has to be something that pegs it. You can't just take a coin, get it to $1 and peg it naturally. Like it doesn't happen. There has to be something in place, and obviously that something is this governance, the maker governance, and that's what does allow things to peg to $1 because you've got collateral, you've got things backing it at 150%, whatever it is that you've got, collateralization of the token to give it value, to prop it up there. No matter all the dumpers, I thought for sure if it got to $1, people would just sell. Well, without something in place of this or like this, that would just tank the price. Obviously you can't add that much liquidity to keep it there. There's not enough in there unless somebody way bigger, who has a very large exposure to the majority of things like the OA, that could back things and actually peg it. So again, it's it's been a long journey up and down the rabbit hole. I don't know why he has tweeted things 4 or 5 times. He's made tweets regarding it. There's the fact that it was one of the very first tokens to have a icon or whatever. It had
Right.
it had the logo. So the more and more you read and see, you start to think, well, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I might as well buy it at this price and get a little bit of it as a just in case. Now, again, if it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't have anywhere near what I have in the core stuff, but
Mhm.
enough to make a decent difference. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's been my journey. I just try to learn as much as I can. When you see all these things happening, and there was 20,000 of them, 20,000 died just minted. It was either today or yesterday,
Mhm.
um, with the maker contract. So, there are people that have control of it. And again, one of the only people that I know that has the ability in the background to have control of it would be the OA team. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's where I stand. Again, I'm still a little cautious. I don't like to tell people, hey, you should probably buy this token. But if they do their own research and they come to find out the things that I've seen and the things that I've learned along the way, what is it going to hurt to buy dollars at pennies? Even though we say the same thing about Hex, you could buy, but that's not going to stop, right? I don't think Hex is going to stop at $1. So that's my take on it, is if you're going to buy anything, if you're going to take just a chance, I would take the one that can actually go higher than $1 than to stop at what 65x from here, I think it is.
Yeah,
So,
about right now. Yeah.
yeah, but again, it can't hurt to have those stables standing by, and it's if you want to take a lottery ticket play at it, all for it. It's your money.